All right, boys and girls, we got Jalen Hurts up top, 7,800. I don't mind getting at him, but he's not my favorite um, on the board. Allen is fine. Yeah, I like Allen is fine. You can run him naked. You can run him with Cook. You can run him with one of his pass catchers. Probably I lean towards um, picking one of his pass catchers, but Allen is fine. Daniels is in play naked or with McLaurin or with one of his other pass catchers, depending on how much salary you have left. Cousins is always in play. You want to pair him up with one or two of his pass catchers. Um, Primarily, I'll say maybe Mooney, maybe Pitts if you're feeling froggy, even though he's been better. Mahomes, if I play Mahomes, I'd want to pair him up with Kelsey just because of the targets. I mean, you could pair him up with Hopkins or anybody else, but I probably prefer Kelsey than Hopkins because of the volume. Purdy's in play. Pair him up with his boys. Um, what it's probably going to come down to is opposing defenses, um, game environments. So Purdy's going to be popular. I already know that. He's going to stand out. Um, Hurts. Hurts stands out because Dallas is awful. Mayfield. The problem, no, there's no problem. But the thing with Mayfield is that you're going to want to probably lean towards Otten to pair him with or one of the other wide receivers, but you just got to pick the right one. That's going to be the issue. But we'll get to those guys in a second. I'm not interested in Murray against the Jets, to be honest with you. I gave up on the Cardinals. Darnold against Jacksonville. I definitely would love to get to a Darnold and Jefferson combo if I have enough value, but I haven't even built a DraftKings lineup yet. I know I'm slacking. Bo Nix naked. Bo Nix by himself, absolutely in play at 6K. I don't mind Wilson. A Rodgers stack. I don't mind a Rodgers stack. Why? Because I know exactly who he's passing to. That's the only reason I'd consider him. The rest of these guys I'm probably not going to touch. I usually do like Derek Carr, but I don't know what's going on in New Orleans, and I don't want no parts of it. It looks hella toxic in New Orleans, and I want no parts of it. If for some reason the rest of my lineup was fire, and I wanted to entertain Derek Carr, what I would do is pair him up with shit. I wouldn't play him. I just play Kamara. Derek Carr's off the board. I tried. Okay. Anyway, who else is here? All right, so I'm gonna cut it off at Aaron Rodgers, and he's very iffy at best. I have to play a lot of lineups to get to Aaron Rodgers. As far as our running backs, I like to spend up for running back because they be putting, certain ones have been putting up hella points. Barkley, for example. Who else? Barkley, Mason ain't gonna be doing all that now. McCaffrey back. They're probably gonna have a split backfield, 50-50, 60-40. We don't know yet. Hold on. Yeah. Sorry. What else? What else we got here? So we got Barkley. Kamara's in play. Very obvious. Not obvious, but they're going to lean on Kamara pretty heavily. So you know he's going to get his touches. You just got to find value. So Barkley, Kamara. We'll get back to McCaffrey in a second. Robinson's in play. It looks like a Robinson game. I played a lot of Breece Hall this season, and he's been an epic failure every time I've played him. I want to say epic failure, but he's failed me more often than not. Hall is in play, but I'm going to try to get to Barkley, Kamara, Robinson. I don't mind Taylor. Dobbins I want to get to. I don't mind Cook. Aaron Jones, I absolutely want to get to. Swift, Stevenson, Najee Harris, I don't mind. I want no parts of Dallas right now. I want no parts of the Tampa Bay trio. No, thank you. And back to McCaffrey and Mason. They're in play. They're both in play. If you're playing a lot of lines, maybe play one and one line for one and the other. I do have a feeling that McCaffrey's still going to have a good a good day. It's just that with his snaps being limited, we know they're going to be limited. How good is his day going to be to pay off $8K when you have Kamara and Barkley sitting right there for $100 and $300 more? You feel me? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Wide receiver, definitely. Like I said earlier, I do want to stack Jefferson with Darnold. We'll see how my Bills go. I'm not really interested in Lamb. Who is the quarterback? The fuck is this? Cooper Rush. No, thank you. No, thank you. I will pass. Give me Jefferson. Give me Brown. Give me Smith. Give me McLaurin. Wilson. It's fine at his price point. Adams and Wilson are fine. You know they're going to get all the targets. We'll see what's going on with Samuel. Thomas is playing. I already seen that notification. I don't mind Thomas in a Minnesota stack coming back the other way. We'll keep an eye on London. If London can't go, Mooney gets a bump. I'm off of Harrison. I'm off of Moore for now. I don't mind Shakir in an Allen stack. I don't mind him by himself. McConkey at 59 is fine. I don't like Ridley and Sutton, but they're in the player pool. Addison, absolutely in a double stack with Darnold. Go for it. Jennings gets a little bit of a bump if Debo can't go. I'm off of Gabe Davis, whether he's in or out. If he's out, Robinson gets a bump, a little bump. And as far as value pieces go, what you're going to do is you're going to sit here and take your pick out of McMillan, Shepard, and Palmer. Who the fuck is this? Raheem Jarrett. What you do? What you did, my boy? What you did last game? 1 target, 9 yards. All right, listen. We'll keep our eye on McMillan. If McMillan can't go, Shepard and Palmer get bumps. I don't think I'm gonna spread this out any further than them two. But you still got Otten over here. And if Jarrett and Miller end up beating me, then Jarrett and Miller end up beating me. But McMillan, Shepard, Palmer are the 3 I'll gravitate to. If McMillan can't go, it'll be Shepard and Palmer. It's gonna be Otten, then McMillan, Shepard, and Palmer. And then if McMillan can't go, obviously Otten, Shepard, and Palmer. And you can absolutely play Baker Mayfield with them. Let's go back to my wide receivers if there's any left. Because I'm trying to tighten up my player pool. What else? Anybody else staying here I'm going to be playing or in the player pool? I don't think so at the moment. We got our cheapies from Tampa Bay. Schuster's not going to move anything for me because you still got Kelsey and Worthy and Hopkins. New Orleans, I'm not really going to be playing like that. Lazard, not worried about him. Got your 2 primary catchers. Dallas, I'm not worried about. So we're all good on wide receiver. And as far as tight end goes, Kelsey, because of William, Kittle gets a bump if there's no Stebo. Guy's absolutely paramount with his quarterback. McBride is okay play, but I'm off of Arizona. Auden looks a lot better if there's no McMillan. He looks good, and then he'll look better. Ingram in a Minnesota stat coming back the other way, I don't mind. Ferguson, if you're playing a lot of lineups. Kincaid with Allen is fine. Pitts, Hawkinson, Goddard. I don't mind Komet is my last man in at 4,300. Fair move, Hill. If you want to play Hill with Carr in a sneaky tournament lineup, cool. Henry and Ertz, I don't mind. Conklin, if you're desperate. And nobody else is jumping out at me right now. Let me see something. Will Disley. Willie Disley, 3 targets, 9 yards, 2 fantasy points. 7 targets, 11 targets, 5 targets, 3 targets. Let's add Will Disley in the mix, and let's head over to defenses in 2 seconds. If you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. If you're struggling to cash, you want me to help you, you want me to send you my finalized optimal items right before tip-off, or right before the game start, no problem. Check out my Patreon link in the description. Check out the channel memberships right here on YouTube. And super chats are open. All right, let's go to defenses. Chargers against Tennessee. Chargers defense is fine. Vikings, Chiefs. I probably prefer the Eagles, a little bit cheaper. Dallas is already a mess. So give me the Eagles, give me the Falcons. If the Saints don't get off to a good start, they're probably going to start discombobulating on the sideline. So give me the Falcons. I think Baker Mayfield could make a game out of it, so I'm not going to say the 49ers. They're fine. 49ers are fine, but I think Baker Mayfield has a little bit of fight in them. Give me Buffalo. Chicago. I don't want Chicago. And maybe the Jets. All right. So listen, I'm going to go in and get out of here. I'm not going to hold y'all. I do appreciate y'all taking time to watch the video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. I'll talk to y'all guys later. Ciao.